Have you ever felt God ask you to do something big? So big that it could change someone's life?
I've been on staff at Hillside since 2014, and my wife and myself, we're raising our grandchildren, and they love to go to church. And we came to church one Saturday night, and I wasn't feeling too good, but I came anyways. And in the process of doing the communion, I collapsed. I passed out.
In spring of 2018, our staff got to go through Rooted, which we later did with the entire church. And we were paired up with people that we may know well and others we might not know as well.
So the Rooted group, every week someone got to tell their story. And I didn't know what I was going to say because I had only really talked to my wife about the dialysis, and she knew the struggles that I went through from having the kidney disease, and because I had to do 70 hours a week, that's 10 hours a night of dialysis, and I had to be hooked up in time to be finished to be able to go to work the next day. And so a lot of times I'd get hooked up and I'd sit and look out my window and watch the grandkids play, and it was kind of like my own little prison.
As he's telling his story, I just start to process, and I have this thought just come out of nowhere that I should give him a kidney. And I just kind of pushed it out of my mind. I was like, yeah, whatever. But over the next few days, I really started thinking, what if that was God telling me to give him a kidney?
So Erik come to me one day and he said, I've prayed with my wife and we think God's leading me to give you a kidney. And it kind of startled me at first, and because nobody has ever been that gracious. And I said, I don't want you to have to do that. I don't want you to put your life on hold to do this. And he said, no, we're going to. God wants us to.
So through the testing, we found out we were not a match. But we had read about partner donations. And so they asked us if we would like to do that. And what that meant was that though Ronnie and I were not a match, somewhere out there's another pair that's not a match, but I'm compatible with their recipient and their donor is compatible with Ronnie.
It was a year and nothing was done, and I still had to go do blood work and everything that you have to go through, and Erik was waiting and I was waiting, and then all of a sudden we got the call, and that boosted my hope that, God's going to take care of me. No matter what happens, that's the hope that I had. Of course, after surgery, you're all groggy, you don't do much. I went to sleep and I woke up one time and Erik was standing at the doorway. And he was having trouble walking because it's hard after that surgery. And he came over to me while I'm laying in bed and he prayed for me. The man that just saved my life was praying over me. And if I've ever seen a shot of heaven before, that's it. It made me realize that, every day I wake up, it's a new adventure that eventually I wouldn't have. God has given me another chance, so I want to change somebody's life like Erik changed mine.